someone to film for me and send it to me if you can. Got it? All right. Before I get started, I want to take a moment to acknowledge my three sisters, Jessie, Jacqueline, and Carrie, who couldn't be here. When I look at the four of us, I see different reflections of what it meant to be raised by our dad. Even if we weren't all directly involved in his work with the museum, we were always at the center of his heart. He was building a legacy, not just for Metropolis or for Superman fans, but for us. Something our family could be proud of for generations. If you've ever seen the movie Big Fish, you'll understand what I mean when I say my dad was a lot like Edward Bloom. There's a line from that movie that has always stuck with me. A man tells his stories so many times that he becomes the stories. They live on after him. And in that way, he becomes immortal. That was my dad. Now, the characters in his stories weren't giants or werewolves. There were superheroes and, yes, a few villains. From a young age, I didn't just know Superman. I just didn't know who Superman was. I knew him because he lived inside of my dad. He fought like Superman. He stumbled like Clark Kent. He got knocked down, but he always got back up again and again with heart, courage, and resilience. Superman was more than a character to him. He was a guide, a symbol, a goal. My dad faced more than his fair share of struggles, but no matter how hard life got, he never lost hope. That's what this is about. He had a big dream, and like every great superhero story, not everyone saw the full picture while it was unfolding. Some people didn't understand his mission. The main objective always was to see the Super Museum thrive, to bring a community of fans together, and to help Metropolis grow into something extraordinary and memorable for visitors. He would often say, "I came to Metropolis to build a museum, and what I didn't realize was that it would take building up a town to do it." After years of working alongside him, I can tell you he was absolutely right. You can't just build a museum, you need a community around it. My dad became the ultimate ambassador for Metropolis. He was our very own P.T. Barnum, and Walt Disney rolled in one. He did thousands of interviews, TV, newspaper, magazines, podcasts, blogs, all to shine a spotlight on Metropolis, the Super Museum, and this big, beautiful dream. He helped turn the Superman celebration from a one-day event in the park to a 4-day festival that filled Market Street and welcomed fans from around the globe. It comes around. He brought in celebrity guests. Many of them were personal friends of his from years on the road with the traveling Superman Museum doing conventions and appearances. He saw Superman Square and Market Street as Metropolis's version of downtown Disney, and slowly but surely that vision is starting to come to life. More and more people just get it these days, but that wasn't always easy. A lot of his battles were just trying to get people to see what he saw, to understand that while the dream might have sounded outlandish, it is what brought millions of people to this little town over the years. He called this the never-ending battle. He taught me to use something powerful. Your voice is your superpower, and you have to use it. Even when people throw rocks, even when they try to chain you down, you have to get loud and fight for your dreams. I don't have to go far to find my dad these days. When I need to hear his voice, I just take a walk. To the Superman statue, which he came up with the brick program for, to the Kryptonite rock, which he wrote the backstory for, to the Lois Lane statue, which he presented an action figure of Lois Lane, and this is what I think it needs to look like. That was his vision. The Daily Planet globe, that was a barge tie-off that he took to the community college, and he had the welding department weld the Saturn on it in the letters. It sat in my bedroom when I was little. Or to our beautiful super museum. Because the truth is, he is still here. And every project he touched, and every visitor he inspired, and every friend he made along the way. Like Superman, my dad became something larger than life. Not because he wore a cape, but because he never stopped believing in what this place could be. He was a Superman, and he deserves to be remembered. And with that being said, we're going to start our video presentation. And after that, we'll do the unveiling over at the marker in front of the museum. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. I also want to introduce Kristen and Corey for the introduction. Sorry.